sitting here after I turn off the camera, my mind's just going with all this shit. I just want to talk about what I've experienced with some women in this life, in this world, my real life experiences as a male, as a white heterosexual male in America. I was watching this video yesterday, and these dating coaches, this woman was like, "This is what women will do if they like you. This is how they'll act. And I was just like, no, that I haven't experienced that. You know what? I don't know what it is. How many times I've been around girls that liked me and they acted like they didn't like me, or they even had an attitude, or they were even shitty about it, and it turns out they actually really liked me. I'll talk about Athena Curry and Carrie Shepler. My senior year in high school, we moved from Idaho back to Portland, Oregon, and I ended up going to Franklin High School, and I'm out with my friends one day, and they know I have no girlfriend. They don't see me talking to girls ever. And Dan and Dale and a few others are like, "Mortensen, what's going on with you, man? You don't talk to girls. You don't have a girlfriend. What's up?" And I forget what I said to him, but I said, "There's this one though, this blonde that is just fucking amazing." And they're like, "Oh, that's probably Athena." And I described her. And so then life goes on. And I had been around her on numerous occasions, and the energy, the vibe, the message, the nonverbal communication I got from her was, "Fuck off, leave me alone." What do I mean by that? I mean, I could not stop staring at her because at the time I thought she was the most attractive female I'd ever seen. I was really blown away by her. I remember being on the football field and looking up at the stands and seeing this because I always had a thing for blonde-haired, blue-eyed beauties, man. This mass of blonde hair and I was just staring like, whoa, wow. So I'd been around. I remember coming down the stairs one time, and it's like she was uncomfortable by me. Like she would do everything. Like, I'm standing right there. I know she sees me, but she won't look at me. I mean, we men, I get tired of that too. We pick up on everything too. I do. I'm an empath. I pick up on everything. My antennas are, especially as men, we have nothing else to go on but the subtleties of what women give us. It was obvious to me. She was uncomfortable by me, didn't want anything to do with me. Okay, and roger that. You're not going to get anything off me. Why would I? You don't like me, or at least you're acting that way. These people say, well, women do this or that. Women will do this or that or whatever the fuck when they like you. No. And I forget what the woman was talking about like, they'll try to talk to you. They'll try to be around you. No, they don't. A lot of times when they really like you, they don't. For me, anyway. I don't know. So she was like that. So I didn't have any interest. I was like, whatever. I had interest, but why would I do anything about it? Roger that. Read you loud and clear. So Dan knew. I don't know why he did this. Dan Wyunko was his name. Dale Jones. I would go to lunch with him because he had a car, and me and Dale and him would always go to lunch every lunch hour, and when the bell would ring at school. And we go to lunch one day, and he's like, "Hey, you know that girl you were talking about?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm talking to her for you. I'm going to get her for you." And I was just like, I didn't ask him to do that. But he's got me on the spot now. The cat's out of the bag. I was like, "Dude, why'd you do this to me? What are you doing?" She doesn't like me. I'm around her all the time. She's a fuck around. She doesn't, I mean, it's... And I'm irritated because I'm like, fuck, now I'm on the spot. Now she knows. And I didn't ask him to do this. He was like, no, don't worry, man. Don't worry. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's too late now. Long story short, within about 2 weeks, she gave him, I'm going to never forget it, this piece of geometry paper with her number and her name and a little message, "Let's be friends," which they were like, "Oh, that means she wants to fuck, man. She wants to, let's be friends means," I was like, "Okay, let's be friends." She dumped her boyfriend she was with at the time. Mangelli was his name, little Italian dude. He was pissed too. He's like, you know, all you want to do is fuck her. All you want to do is fuck her. Right, all I want to do is fuck her, right. We never did fuck either. But he was upset about it. She liked me so much. Once it was in that context with Dan talking to her for me. This blows my mind, women. She dumps Mongelli, makes the first move by giving Dan the number. Okay, I'll hook up with him. And she wasn't even put off or irritated. Like, I would think, I would have thought most girls would be like, he doesn't have the courage to come talk to me himself. Well, fuck him. No, she always liked me. Interesting. I got lots of stories like this about my life. McSwain was another one. She was another weirdo. Yeah, Athena really liked me. So we start talking. Now, I don't know why I do this, and I did this with her, which was self-sabotage once we were together. But I didn't escalate. I didn't pursue enough. She lost interest after a while. She's like, well, I guess we really will just be friends. Fuck, you're not doing anything. I don't know why I did that, but I did. I self-sabotaged. We never had anything. It never went anywhere because I didn't move things along. But the moral of the story, and this is an absolute true story in my life, about that whole situation was, why the fuck couldn't she just show that she liked me back? Why the fuck did she put up all that fucking shit, all that front, and do all that? I gotta sit around and wait for one of my friends to go talk to some girl? That's my life? And then he's gonna get her for me? Why put off that energy? Why do that when you liked me that much? Now it's revealed you actually really do it. Shepler, here's another story for you. True story in the Marine Corps. It's just weird, man. The real question is, why did I self-sabotage? You totally have her. She's totally into you. And you're going to fuck things up. And she's going to lose interest. I don't know. That's why I do this now, too. One of the reasons I have got to figure out why I was the way I was. Shepler. So I'm in the Marine Corps at the Chow. We're in Missouri. It's AIT. It's the Army School for Driving Trucks for being motor transport. And I'm at the Chow Hall, and these Marines were talking about a girl by the name of Carrie Shepler, who's got a real fucking attitude. And you should have seen what she did to this dude yesterday at the Chow Hall. And hey, Mortensen, why don't you try? Let's see what she does, or something like that. It was kind of like a bet, kind of like, you know. And I was like, I'll fuck with her. Let's see what happens. Knowing full well it's probably not going to go well, because we all know how girls can be. So I'm sitting down at the table with these other Marines, and she's to the side, and I forget, one of the other guys was saying something to her, and I said something like, I'll call you too, or I don't even remember. This is like 20 some odd years ago. And the minute I hit on her, basically said something to her, she's like, oh. Because I was older. I was like 26, and they were all like younger. You're old enough to be my dad. And the whole table erupts laughing. Oh, Mortensen, she got you. And the whole chow hall. People always say, what's the worst that can happen? They say no. No, the worst that can happen is you're fucking made fun of. You're shot down real with an attitude. The whole chow hall is looking over at all the commotion, and then two of the other female Marines decide that you're a piece of shit and can't stand you, and they sit there and shoot you negative energy constantly because they know you hit on Shepler. That's how bad it could go. What's the worst that could happen? That's the worst that could happen. She's like, oh, you're old enough to be my dad. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, how old's your dad? Is your dad 27? Really? She's like, And I was like, and then I was like, my parting shot was, oh, I could be your fucking daddy if that's what you want. So fuck off, leave me alone. Okay. Like a day or two later, I'm walking through the barracks, and she's sitting off to the side, and she's got a smile on her face, and she's saying shit to me. She's like trying to talk to me. And I'm looking at her like, why the fuck are you trying to talk to? I thought you wanted to leave me alone. I thought I was this creepy fucking, you just don't want anything to do with me. I didn't say anything, but I just looked at her like, why the fuck are you talking to me? And I just ignored her and kept going. I thought you wanted me to fuck off. So, like a day after that, I'm sitting at the chow hall again, and she comes up and she starts rubbing my back, dude. She starts rubbing like, hey, okay, I'm sorry, re-engage with me, all this shit. And we talk and shit. And then those other two fucking female Marines start up with their stupid bullshit. I got so tired of all of it. I was just like, all of this shit, because I tried to say something to you. All of this bullshit, because I said something to you. But the whole time, the rest of the time I was in Missouri, she kept fucking with me. Kept trying to get me to re-engage. Kept it on. I mean, it was ridiculous. And, I wish I had re-engaged with her. I wish I had hooked up with her. Because that's not normal to us. She kept apologizing. She like, and I remember when I left, the last day, we were all getting on the buses to go to our different duty stations. And she's like, well, do you want a hug? She's like, looking over, do you want a hug? And I said, sure, I'll give you a hug. So we hug, and I was like, well, good luck at Pendleton. Because we had talked, and I was like, good luck and she's just looking at me like, well, aren't you going to ask me for my number or something? I don't know why. Yeah, the two with the disrespect really got on my nerves and really started to piss me off. And so I was just like, fuck all three of you. This is my fellow American females treating me like this because I fucking said something to her. It was the hatred from the other two Marines that really started to piss me off. They would follow me around and sit there and shoot me dirty fucking looks. And like, you fucking piece of motherfucker. Like, look me up and down like, you motherfucker. Really? Well, fuck all three of you. There's girls out in town. There's other fucking girls. There's other Marines. Fucking ridiculous, man. But she really liked me. Do you see that? She really liked me, but she came off with the fucking attitude at first. Huh. Sophia was the same way. Not that bad, but the same way. McSwain was another one. Where are we at? 12 minutes. McSwain was another one. I never understood her either. This was in the Army. I'm going to stop there. I don't feel like talking about, but can somebody explain that to me? Why do women they can't even admit they like us, let alone want to fuck us or anything? They can't. They're so bound. They're so oppressed in ways. This is America, man. This is the United. We're supposed to be powerful and strong and free and vibrant. The baddest, most biggest badass fucking dude on the block as far as countries, and we're actually turning into one of the most weak sack of shit, sorry ass fucking countries around. Is actually what we are. Men not knowing how to be men, women running around not knowing how to be women. Alex Jones talks about that. He's right. The whole thing is just so fucked up. And see, and I fault myself because I'm like, well, Athena did like you. Why didn't you make the most of it? Shepler did like you. Why didn't you make the most of it? Was it my ego? Why would I do that? Why would I be like, down deep inside, I was like, fuck you. I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to get you back. I see how you want me to fucking re-engage. Fuck you. I'm not doing it. Fuck you, asshole. And these other two, they're pissing me the fuck off. They've done pissed me the fuck off with their disrespect. Do women understand that when they get disrespectful? We want to kill you. We really want to kill you and fuck you up. You want to fight so bad and be a man and be all manly and disrespect us like a bully would, like a fist fight. Like, that's how fist fights happen. That's how firefights happen. You get disrespectful with me, I want to fucking kill you. I want to fuck you up. Like you're some dude that's fucking disrespecting me. McSwain was, what is this? This is another thing about females I've experienced. They can't talk. They lose all their motor skills when they get all nervous and they cannot function. They cannot talk. I don't know, what's that about? I don't know. 15 minutes. McSwain. Let me take a break. I'll come back and talk about McSwain. And another behavior I've seen with women in this country towards me who did like me. They openly admit it later, but in the beginning they're like, oh, so nervous. Nervous about what the fuck is there to be nervous about? I don't get it. I do get it. We're a fucked up country.